What's up YouTube, this is Coding for Noobs and welcome to your 15th Java programming tutorial, I believe. And in this tutorial, we're actually going to be going over overloading of methods, and pretty much what that does is it makes your parameters a little bit more flexible by allowing you to change the parameter types and amount of parameters. So if you remember in our last tutorial, we created a basic integer function which would return the sum of two numbers, and we stored a result and then we'd run it and it would tell us our result, and 2 plus 2 is 4. This is actually the second time I'm doing this tutorial. The first time I made a grave error in explaining something, and I thought I'd just redo the video real quick just to explain it properly. Now pretty much when we're overloading, we need to follow the same basic structure. So we have public static int addition, and then we can have different parameters here. So we're going to have int num1, int num2, int num3. And basically, we're creating a new function called addition as well. And this time we're going to have 3 parameters, so we're going to require 3 numbers to call the function instead of just 2. And then we're just going to return the sum of the 3. So num1 plus num2 plus num3. And really quickly, we're also going to do a system.out.println 3 parameters, just to let you know when we're using this function. And then we'll do, oops, sorry, wrong place. System.out.println 2 parameters. There we go. So we're just going to do this just so we know when we're using each one. So if you watch real quick, when we run the first one, we see that we use 2 parameters, and 2 plus 2 is 4. If we add a third parameter, so another 2, we'll have 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, and we run the code with 3 parameters. I also said before is that we actually need to make sure that our data types match, and basically in our next YouTube tutorial, I'm going to show you how to overload methods with different value types but still return integers, and we're going to learn stuff about casting and parsing for that. But that's pretty much it for our overloading tutorial. You can even do one, we'll say, with a public static int addition int num1, so 1 parameter, and we'll do system.out.println 1 parameter, and we'll do return num1 plus 1, so we just add 1 to it. So when we run it with 1 parameter, we have 3, because 2 plus 1 is 3. Basically, when we do the overloads like this, like whatever parameters you set for your function when you're calling it, Java will actually decide which one best suits you. So in the case that there's 1 parameter, it has to use this one. In the case that there's 3 parameters, it has to use this one. In the case that there's 2 parameters, it has to use this one. This is useful later when we're doing different kinds of programs that, and like we want to reuse the same function, and we don't want to have to recode it, or not recode it every time, but like we want to be able to use the same function for different things, and sometimes we may not have all the parameters that we need at said time, but we still want to be able to run that function. I know it seems like maybe a lot to take in right now, these methods and functions, but in our next tutorial we're going to go a little bit deeper with functions, and hopefully that'll help clear up some questions that you may have as well about different data types in our parameter fields. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll reply to you as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you're learning a lot from this tutorial series. Thanks again for your time.